Mikel Moreno at striker. Mikel Moreno at striker, having 3 goal involvements versus Real Madrid. I remember a couple years ago, we used to make jokes about having to go to the Bernabeu with Lacazette and Eddie Nketiah. Mikel Arteta has gone to the Bernabeu with Mikel Moreno, and he's turned in better results than Vini, Mbappe, Rodrigo, all these guys. And that just goes to show you that we have not necessarily needed a striker the whole season. We've just needed the team to be consistently performing and having available players. I don't think one second. We still need to buy somebody in the summer. Don't get me twisted. I'm just saying this. Stop. Let me finish.
You made a very
bro, Hooks. Let me finish. You'll understand where I'm going with it. Okay. I'm not saying Arsenal. Okay, why am I getting triggered? I'm not saying Arsenal don't need a striker. I'm just saying
we didn't need it.
No. I'm saying Arsenal could have
the Man United game and the
Arsenal.
You said Mourinho has shown that we didn't need a striker this season.
No, I'm saying if
I'm saying Arsenal on Liverpool because we hadn't had men to finish the games or the draws, 12 draws. Yeah, but come on, you can't lay comments out like that.
Let me finish a goddamn sentence.
I'm sorry, I'm not the guy that usually does that, but you can't say something that wild.
Okay, you guys don't know where I'm going with it, so you guys are going to continue to jump in and go crazy. But I'm talking about the run of the season. If we had more of our players available this season, we necessarily didn't need a striker this season to go and beat Liverpool. I think we could have beat Liverpool with what we had to our disposal. It's just unfortunate we weren't able to get there. Now, looking at the performance that we had versus Real Madrid, I think we can go and win this Champions League without a necessarily striker. We don't necessarily need to have another forward in this team that can bag 20 goals to win a game, to win a 2-legged tie versus PSG. And once you get to the final, you just need to have a good, solid defensive performance. And we've seen it with Chelsea. If Chelsea can go and win the Champions League with Kai Havertz, friggin' Timo Werner, and fucking what's his name? Mason Mount as their forwards. What makes you think Bukayo Saka, Martinelli, and whoever else we have up top can't get you a result?
They can, but I'm just saying that you made, for me personally, and I'm not saying that I am factually correct, but to say, looking at what Marino has done, means that this is shown this season that we didn't need a striker, I think is a crazy thing to say, personally. That's all I'm saying.
That's not what I'm saying.
No, but that's what you said.
Literally what you said.
That's not what I'm saying.
That's literally what you said.
No, I think you misconstrued what I said.
No. All domestic competitions because we didn't have a striker all season.
Yeah, literally. Like we literally that.
I'm saying
we went out to Carabao Cup against Newcastle because we didn't have a striker.
Bro,
I'm gonna finish off them chances in the first.
Forget about not buying a striker. Going into the season, you believe this team was good enough to win the league, right?
No.
Right,
I expected them to win the league because my expectation is if you're telling me that this team is enough, then you should go and win everything because that's my expectation. But I said we needed Gyökeres.
1 second. You guys,
the second we didn't sign a striker,
you guys once again twisting my words. At no point did I say Arsenal don't need a striker. I said Arsenal did not need a striker this season to get over the line. I believe we had enough to get over the line.
So your manager failed then?
No, due to injuries and other issues.
Like we're the only club that's had injuries.
We've had the most.
We're going to go over this again. Fuck it.
Yeah, we are going to go over this again because you're waffling. I was listening to you waffling. Big up everyone, by the way. Yeah, but just to let you all know.
By the way. Thanks for
come on, man. Bless up. Just to let you all know, Leon is French for Tottenham. Just to let you all know. How they've just bottled that is crazy work, by the way.
I know how they did that, man.
But no, you're waffling, Egal, because you dismiss injuries for every other club and make it like exclusive to Arsenal.
No, I don't dismiss injuries. I acknowledge injuries for Tottenham. I acknowledge injuries for.
Okay, so why didn't you? Okay, so on that basis, then
injuries last season for Liverpool. I acknowledge injuries. What you don't do is you don't acknowledge injuries, and you acknowledge everybody else's success. Why didn't I get a tweet saying what phase is Arteta in yesterday?
I'll tell you the phase right now because it's 3 minutes to midnight. Is in phase 1718 days without a trophy, mate. That's what phase. Yeah, and like I said to you on the show, no. It's 5 years without a trophy if you don't win this cup, mate. Yeah, so let's not take the piss here, right? The fact is, like I said to you on the show the other week, you guys take the last 90 minutes of the current season as your metric. You dismiss anything that's happened before that and just go off for the last 90 minutes or the last 2 or 3 weeks, which is why you're gassing up. Oh yeah, well maybe we didn't need a striker this season. Well, maybe we wouldn't be 13 points behind Liverpool if we had one. Yes, you did. I heard you say it. I heard you say it. I'll rewind the stream if you want.
That's not what I said. I never said maybe we didn't.
What did you say then, Egal? Go on. What was your meaning?
You guys all keep saying Arsenal need a striker to get over the line. We don't need a fucking striker to get over the line. We just needed our players to be available. The team that we have to our disposal, the pieces that we have right now, is enough to get us over the line if we didn't fucking have all these massive injuries.
What massive injuries?
What trophy? Name me the trophy.
You don't have. You see, the problem is you don't have
about the league or the Champions League.
There's no evidence that backs up that claim.
There is evidence. 38 games last season. We went until the final game of the season to compete against Man City, and that in itself.
Did we get over the line?
That in itself is enough evidence to show that Arsenal, if we had Bukayo Saka available, if we had Martin Odegaard available from during the season, if we had Gabriel Magalhaes, Kai Havertz, and these guys available.
Let me ask you a question after, Egal.
We would be challenging more. Bukayo Saka coming back. Also, Bukayo Saka now coming back is what's giving us a chance versus Real Madrid and these other teams and getting us over the line. And Lee, I know you probably said, you know what, thank God Bukayo Saka is actually playing now, reversing your take on.
No, I've not said that one bit. Don't put words in my mouth. I've never said that.
He should not have played versus Real Madrid.
What? Bro, the guy's playing off pure adrenaline. Yeah, and as good as he was, yeah, let's not.
Let's all stop making claims there's no evidence of.
Thank you. Yeah, there you go. He answered it perfect. Yeah, I've never said that. I've never said that. Yeah, and the fact is, yeah,
there's no evidence of it.
When we had all of them players fit and available, we didn't get over the line in any competition. Yeah, the fact is, yeah, right, fantastic win. We're all gassed with that. Let's be real. Yeah, 99.9% of people that roam planet Earth, mate, didn't predict Arsenal to slap them 5-1. Let's be real with it. Yeah, let's just be real. Yeah, no, we sat on the watch along last night, Hooks. We all predicted we go through. Yes or no?
Yeah, but I predicted Arsenal will go through before the.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, however, not many people that walk this planet, yeah, predicted Arsenal to go through. Why? Because it's based off of track records. Their track record fell flat on its face yesterday. Yeah, and in the first leg. So fair play to the manager. He got his tactics spot on in both legs. Yeah.
Good job. I read that.
Yeah, well, I do that anyway. I said that last night on the watch along. I said that in the first round.
Kenny wouldn't do that.
No. This fucking guy, bro. I swear you're a troll, you know. I swear with Dan, he's a troll.
And say fair play to the manager. Kenny
I gave you my reasons. I gave you my reasons as well. I gave you my reasons.
No. If Lee came on the stream and said fair play to the manager, he deserves a round of applause.
No, well, he has this. This isn't Arteta.
It's not about you today. Kenny's the guy.
The Arsenal roundabout.
Kenny's the guy today. Kenny's a big lad, mate. Don't piss off Kenny.
But all I'm trying to say,
I've actually met him. Yeah.
Yeah, but all I'm trying to say is that this is the Arsenal roundabout. Of course, Arteta's going to get the credit. Arteta's been if you watched our watch-alongs our player ratings last year, in most games, Arteta.
Last season when we was going to the death,
we played really good football. Arteta got 10 out of 10s from me
in multiple games, yeah, and this season, the Man City game, the PSV game.
And I'm going to say for the last time, and I'm not going to say it again, Mikel Arteta is an excellent coach, but his job is not head coach. He's the team manager, which means he needs to negotiate the season and he has to deliver success. There's no doubt that this team is very, very well drilled. It's the most frustrating team to play against. I would hate to play against us. In fact, I said to my brother, regardless of whether PSG are the favourites or not, PSG better not dare go a goal behind against us, because they go a goal behind against us, God help them, because they're going to have a battle. If we win the first leg in 2 weeks' time, and PSG need to win it in front of their own fans, we're not that team that they need to play. They can play Barcelona.
Why do you want an excellent coach sacked?
Because simple reason is
you guys hear that?
It doesn't deliver results. There's loads of good coaches being sacked. Mourinho's an excellent coach, but he's been sacked.
He's not an excellent manager, though. Arteta ain't an excellent manager.
The reason why I didn't want him, because I know that he may lay foundations, but at the moment, as far as I'm concerned, and the evidence supplied, this manager And this is because he's the manager. I don't think this manager is going to be the one to take us to the next level.
You heard it. You guys heard it. You guys heard the foundations. Listen, Kenny.
But I've said that. But it'd be okay. But there's no secret. I've always admitted it. I'm a football man. I just do not think that this manager is the man that's going to win us the league and help us dominate. He may get us into lay down foundations, but as you well know in football, and you've been watching it for a long time, you pretend you haven't, and you're influenced by bad people. You're influenced by bad people, you know. And I know who you're influenced by. Let me finish. You're influenced. You've got bad influence in your life who are into clickbait bullshit. Clickbait. Oh yeah, let's get little titles. That's not football discussion. It's about the game. And I'm saying that if Mikel Arteta wins the Champions League, do you think I'm a pork chop? Am I going to be going, oh, he's still crap? Mikel Arteta's a shit manager. Let's sack him. I'm not a pork chop. I'm going to be thinking, hang on it. He's giving me what I want, success. But right now, he doesn't give me success.
Let me ask a question.
I don't want him as our manager. Is that simple enough for you?
Let me ask a question, right?
Mic drop.
Big up to Kenny, by the way. Big up to Kenny. Let me ask a question to you, Egal. You made a point about Arsenal and injuries and not needing a striker. You just needed our players to be fit. That is a fair statement for you. That's your opinion. I disagree with it, but that is your opinion, right? But after you've now made that opinion and you've seen that we've had injuries and we're not good enough to win a trophy at the moment, unless we win the Champions League, with some of our players back now, which I think you'd agree with also. Do you think that back in the summer and January that actually we were let down massively and that we should have actually had players coming in? Because you say we don't need a striker, but we do need a striker because ours is injured. So we should have got some backups, right?
Yeah,
we should have got a backup winger.
The manager was let down also. It's not just the fans. The players and the managers were let down by the club for them not making the right additions in the summer. The manager is not the only person who's in charge of making additions. You have a board who approves the signings. You also have a group of recruitment team that decide who we get and how much we're going to spend.
Let me just say then, because I agree that it's not solely on the manager, but the manager 100% has the final say on transfers. And also, he's not just the manager.
You start on zero again. The progress is trophies, Egal. It's the aim of the sport, right?
Yeah. Arteta is not a manager alone. He's an architect. He's an artist. And this man has done amazing things.
You're taking.
So if he is an architect, we don't need signings. He should be winning across the line.
No, but in order to get anything done, you need to make additions. You need to do certain things to get things done. And he, as Kenny said, he built the foundations. He's built the house. He's gotten the heating. He's gotten everything. Now he just needs to add in the luxury furniture, which would be that 20 goal a season striker to get that.
He's had 5 years and £750 million to do it.
And you want to know something, guys? How many years did Sir Alex Ferguson have before he started winning trophies?
So Alex Ferguson was winning trophies at Aberdeen, mate.
No, but how many years?
Andy beat Real Madrid in the European final.
Taking by Manchester United before he started delivering.
Kenny, when he started delivering, how many trophies did he win before he won a league title, Kenny, at Man United?
No, but
you've asked the question, so let's give you the answer.
Arteta hasn't had the experience that these other managers have had.
Which is exactly why we didn't want him. So why are you using him as an example then? What are we doing here?
Well, guess what? He's currently one of the best managers. He's currently one of the best managers in the world.
Based on nothing apart from copium and hopium.
And he's outclassed the best managers in the world.
Alex Ferguson.
What?
Alex Ferguson won the League Cup and FA Cup before he won the league. In 6 years, he'd done the whole domestic lot. So I don't know what you're talking about.
From Aberdeen.
Aberdeen have won 4 league titles in their entire history. He won 3 of them.
But I'm not gonna lie, you go. Like,
he also won a title with St Mirren, by the way. Yeah, and he was 32 years old at that point. Yeah.
Listen,
I beat Real Madrid in the European final.
1 second. I believe Arsenal have a really good chance of winning the Champions League this year, as we're currently in a semi-final. I also believe that Arsenal will strengthen in the summer, and we'll be going again for the league title next season. And with the experience of this season and everything that's gone through, they're going to now possibly go and address the forward line issues that we've had off the back of this season with all these injuries. They're going to know what mistakes they've made, and we're finally going to get over the line in the league. Yeah, I think it's harder to win the league than it is to win the Champions League. Hence why what's happened to us this season. And if we do win the Champions League, not only has Mikel Arteta finally gotten everyone's credit and gotten what we needed to get, it will get all this pressure off his back. And not only will Arsenal start winning league titles and continuing to improve, I think we're on the cusp of. I think Arsenal is on the cusp of dominating. Forget just being part of the mix. And I think when I say this, you think I'm bantering or I'm making jokes.
No, I don't actually think you are.
I genuinely believe this from the bottom of my heart. Arsenal is so close. Arsenal is so close to not only taking over England, they're going to be taking over everything.
Let me.
Why am I always laughing on every fucking stream?
No, Egal. Let me just say. Look, I don't think you are joking or trolling. I think you genuinely do believe that. I'm not laughing at you because I think you're trolling. No one's laughing at you because you think they're trolling. They just disagree with what you're saying.